me, JSR-RADIO, and we are back, once again, this week, playing the Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe. Now last week, if you recall, we ended up in a vast open desert. Ooh. What happened? How long were we in there for? Because we skipped the button too many times. And now we're here and back in the office. So, shall we continue?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Some kind of memo, huh? New content. Oh, last week we found new content, but I don't know about that. All right, let's check it out.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Yes, of course.
I have something very exciting to show you.
Do you, though? Because last week you didn't show me anything but a jump button.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
All right, let's do this.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
Have
and
you?
about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and
I never
any
played
new
it.
content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even
Where are we
further.
going?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh. Wow.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I mean, the two doors are back. I mean, I haven't really played the first one, so...
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts,
It's a red carpet.
that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
It's pretty much just making things look really cool. Whoa.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Bro, this is awesome. I mean, like I said, last week I said I was watching videos on this game, but it's truly amazing to see it in person. Wow. I don't know if I want to go this way yet. Check it out first. Oh my god. Stanley
Calling
Parable.
it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and... collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Yay! I collected one. You look so miserable. Collect them all. Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video
The
game,
jump circle!
and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Yay! Okay, I've had enough of that. I want to go see the two doors thing. That's cool. There's a map of the whole place. You are here. Jump circle for your achievement. This map is cool. Okay, cool. Hear your name in the game. Oh? How is that even possible?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience.
Hi, I'm
of
Jim,
this
and I'm
feature.
playing video
Just play
games.
along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind,
I am
forget
Jim.
whoever you are, and simply
Jim.
become a person
I am
named
Jim. I am Jim. I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself. Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button.
Too bad I already
Otherwise,
impacted
it's
it.
just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time
Nope,
let me
we're not.
finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying
They
up
sure
all
have a
night
way of
for
locking these
popcorn
doors.
horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim,
Well, first of
rediscovering
all,
yourself
I feel
through
attacked.
fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old
Wow.
age, surrounded by members of your cult. Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now?
Yes,
Get out
very.
of here.
Fine.
I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Will do. Sounds good to me. Wish there was a run button. That would be cool. This is so
Maybe I'll
freaking cool.
only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They
Oh,
will
they got
appreciate
merch?
what I've created here.
Is that a real QR code? We'll screenshot that later, but it says QR code. There's a bucket! I want the bucket. Give me the bucket. Bucket. I want the bucket. Give me the bucket.
A common complaint
Bucket!
of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical.
That
it engendered a chaotic
go.
sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see,
Yeah!
anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Yes, you can
Long
hear
as
my
hold
chips.
onto the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your
I want
body.
this bucket. This
And
bucket
in
is my
fact,
bucket. There's
can
many
I
like
say
it, but this
that
one
I
is
do
mine.
believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well. I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Wow. Saying I was ugly
The
before?
benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I got a bucket.
Does anyone
That
give out
is
awards
my
for
bucket.
most enjoyable bucket
Please, no
in a video
screenshots.
game? Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, Sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Yes.
Get well, someday it is.
No, wait, that's not the one I chose, though. Ah. Choose for me. How dare you?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
Yep.
No,
Yeah, you should have gone with the decision I wanted. Fine. Hey, Bucket, check this out. Yeah, see, now I can do jumps now. Only in that circle, though, Bucket, okay? They don't allow us to do that anywhere else. Pull the lever!
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yeah. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
Want
Gamers,
this achievement.
we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Give me the achievement. Give it to me. Come on. Fine. On it anyways. He's lying to me. Making me feel like I could have an achievement when I couldn't. Lie. It's all lies.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I don't know, but I'm exiting. It's been fun there, Mr. Parable Guy, narrator, but I shall see myself out. Because that is what I wanted.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yes.
Ready to move on now?
Got a suitcase? Me and my bucket are out of here. Ooh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going
What is
to
this?
work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Sure, why not? Let's
I
see.
give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Aha!
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh. What is this? Before we get started, can we just say something? Sure. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. What? But what is all this for? I don't. Oh, okay. Thank you. Welcome. A lot of people don't take the time to take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But what does it mean? What exactly does it mean? But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Well, I appreciate you too. That's how I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing that the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and you see this screen, just set your clock to your favorite time. But I don't have a favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time. You earned it. Aww. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. What is this? Just finishing out this video from when I recorded the last time. And I only recorded like 15 minutes of an episode. I'm like, that's not long enough, so we gotta do this part. And then this happens when I rebooted it back up.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I want to try to get some different endings.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Something
that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Hello.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Welcome back. I got an achievement, but you guys can't see it. It's there. So I wonder if the clock on the wall has anything to do with like does it change chime every time we come through here? I don't know. Oh, by the way, halfway through this episode, my audio fixed itself. I'm just kidding. I set up a new way of audio. I worked on it. You got it to work? You guys having a good week so far?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wasn't our computer at this desk at one time? He chose the balloons, and he still didn't do it the way I wanted it. The bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yes! The bucket is my friend. I will always keep the bucket. The bucket is mine. There are many other buckets like it, but this one is mine.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We're back at this again. And we all know what we chose last time, right?
Simply missed a memo.
There's so many ways to do this.
When Stanley... Wait.
Whoa, why is there so many doors?
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
The music is very loud in my ear. Yeah, so we're going to choose... we're going to go left. I'm kidding, right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the
your
employee lounge
power.
was simply the place to be.
The all-powerful bucket is
And
mine.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Oh, of
Yes,
course, it's
Stanley
beautiful.
thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Sorry, I'm just being stubborn. Ooh, the balloons are in here too.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
That truck always been there?
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets don't talk.
No, wait, go back.
But
I want
Stanley
that.
chose not
Wait,
to think
no.
about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced
There's a
that the
thingy down
bucket
there. I want
had
it.
spoken to him, and he unthinkingly
Wait,
did whatever the
how
bucket
do you-
asked.
How do you... Oh, you can't get to it. How do I get to that? I gotta find a way over there.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
What dark room? There's a dark room? Yep, dark room right here. And next scene.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up.
The bucket said to pick up the phone. Last time I didn't pick up the phone, so this time I'm picking up the
This
phone.
is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I
Oh,
gave Stanley
what?
a bucket because I thought he was lonely and
Aw.
could use a friend. And then,
nice apartment.
very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
It's a nice little apartment. Bucket? Bucket, where are you? Oh my god, I'm gonna start freaking out. Where's the bucket? Did you abandon me in this time of need? Where'd you go? Bucket? Bucket? Just kidding. By the way, I've been trying to figure out how to add echo to my voice, and it failed profusely, so we're just not gonna do it. I'll practice more. What are we doing in here? I don't know. Is there something I gotta turn on, or? Clock says it's 12. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Did the game break? Are we supposed to be in here? Like, what's going on right now? Oh, there's the... Was that there the whole time? Was that there the whole time? Jay, go back and find out if that was there the whole time. I don't know if it was, but I guess I'll find out.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It
Instantly.
doesn't literally talk and give you orders.
Change scenes.
Whatever Stanley
like
is
that. That's
hearing
cool.
the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object?
But it's my
I
bucket.
want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
But the bucket is my friend.
Try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
Yes.
Listen to me. It's just a
No, it's
bucket.
not. It's
it
my
can't
friend.
think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
don't
That's
care.
it.
It's my
it
bucket.
doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Go back.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about
There
is
it
his
is.
awful bucket.
But it's not
this
awful.
stupid
It's
hunk
my
of metal.
bucket. It's mine. Nor everyone except for the bucket.
I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It really does. Not gonna lie. Yes, I believe I'm real.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Oh.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel
is my
so need
lamp
to
on the
point out
ground?
the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. Oh no. What's going on? Why
there's
do I
candles.
want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps
look,
if I had
so
the bucket,
romantic.
this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me.
Never.
Give me the bucket,
Never.
Stanley.
No,
I need
go
it.
away.
Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
That was close. Was it not? Go back to work, Stanley. Go back to work. The end is never the end is never the end. That was pretty interesting what we did with the bucket. Now we're going to find it again. Because the bucket is my friend. Wow.
All of his co-workers were
Feel like I'm
gone.
moving faster.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket!
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of
Oh.
comfort rushed over him.
I'm so happy. Inputting input. You have no idea how happy I am to see this bucket. So what'd you do today, Bucket? Did you have some fun? Huh? Let's go. We gotta go to the meeting room. I think there's a surprise party for both of us. Somebody's birthday today.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door
No, I
on his
didn't.
left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I want to try to...
said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the...
I want to get over
said the
there.
bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of
what?
course, because buckets
That.
can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
How do we
fact.
get there?
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Well, the bucket is my friend, and I don't quite frankly know you. I know the bucket more than you at this point.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Okay.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yep.
Now pick up the...
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking
My bucket. And you're over here making fun of it?
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have
made fun of my
paused
bucket.
for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
I don't... What are we
What
watching?
is comedic timing?
Oh, God.
What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
I don't know.
How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
No, you cannot. You must do it
Thankfully,
forever.
the answer to all of these questions is yes.
No, you must do it
Let's
forever.
dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made
Oh.
someone laugh, In all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a
What is
room
their
of no
length
more than 76
of-
degrees
what-
Fahrenheit,
what?
with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start
everyone
by
look like the
stating and
Simpsons?
spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
I'm Dunny with the
now.
funny. I'm Dunny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the
Good.
funny. I'm Dunny
This
with the
saying
funny.
is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting
Surveys?
hard data from your audience
Did
on
you just
how
say
rapt
better?
they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence,
What
and who very
the
likely
hell?
die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
I'm sorry. Do not reprint or redistribute.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it?
A
Well, no
little?
matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery.
Should we
Come
go through
along,
the other
let's
door?
head back.
Should we go to the other door and see what happens? I'll see they put the fences back up again, so I can't jump off.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery.
Are you
You'll
sure
be
about
in
that?
stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept.
Oh,
the
it's not
king
there no
of
more.
comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now.
Definitely not
But I
here.
wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure.
I
The
wouldn't
bucket spoke to
exactly
Stanley.
call you the king of
bucket
comedy.
spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
What is he doing? I love how the bucket moves when you walk. That's pretty cool. Doesn't really have much to say now, does he?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Of course, why not?
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley.
No,
I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take
I'm
a
sorry.
hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. We're back at the phone already.
How'd that happen?
No, what's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms
Right.
leading up
That's
to
what I'm
this.
saying.
There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake.
No, it doesn't.
I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm
Oh,
nothing.
don't talk to yourself like that.
I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions...
We got another
pale
ending.
In comparison, yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode. If you guys do like these videos, make sure you smack that like button and subscribe. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that little bit here that I added to the end here. Once again, JSR Radio over and out.